Okay, so now that we know that it fits, I can get on to getting towards being finished with it. The nice thing is though, having this level on the side where I know where the hump comes up to, I can actually figure out installing this so it'll actually give support with, and be another point of contact in that area. I'm curious. Let's just say pallet wood is not the straightest wood all the time, but if you're patient, I'm not saying I'm always patient, but if you're patient, it can be worked with. Ooh, that'll actually do the trick, I think. Okay. First things first, I need to get rid of this little nub here very carefully. I'm doing kind of putting a relief cut in here with the knife. Never cut toward yourself because you can cut down and cut something important. So, as I sit there doing it. Okay. I'm sure a bunch of woodworkers are going to yell at me for that. It's okay, never claimed to be a professional. Let me see what we're looking at here. I'm going to point you guys over here. I'm going to attempt. Ooh, yes. Yes, I used the to do that because it's quick and took care of it. So really, we're down to working on the finish work. Not sure how this is going to end up in here yet. It may not. We never know. Some of this is designed on the fly. I openly admit that. I'm okay with that though, because it's fun. It keeps me occupied and busy, and I'm doing something to add to the value of my truck. Let's see here. Brought in the palm sander. So it's time for a sanding montage. Once I put fresh paper on. And I'm using the old piece to measure out what I need for the new piece. There we go. This is 180 grit sandpaper. Okay. Prepare for sanding montage. Go. Okay. You're probably looking at yourself or looking at the screen thinking that was nowhere near enough sanding. Well, I didn't show it all because I don't want to bore you all to tears. But she's got a really nice feel to her now. Got a couple spots I still want to go back and touch, but overall she's coming together real nice. So, that may actually work better. Sorry, I just realized I could do something different. Actually, yes. Okay. I need never mind. That failed miserably. That's getting cut out. Okay, so I still got a couple places I want to touch up here, but overall she's coming together nicely. I'm going to, there. Once I get a little rest of that sanding done, I'm going to fill in a couple small gaps from issues with the wood after I blow it off with compressed air with some wood or with some sawdust and wood glue just to make it look nice. And this afternoon we'll be going to the store for some finish for it. So I'm going to wrap this now because I've already bored you to tears with the sanding. So I'm going to get back to sanding. I'll see y'all when it's done. Okay, for you guys that was instant. For me it took a while. Got a really decent finish to the side now, the way I want it. So what I'm going to do is I collected the sawdust from when I was cutting it on the bandsaw, and I've got some wood glue here, and we're going to start filling in some of these cracks. So, actually, before I do that, I see this crack comes off the back here, so what I'm going to do is take some tape. And we're just going to tape right across that. I know if you watch these guys doing their resin pours, I'm making a reservoir for it. So now, a little bit of glue. Okay, got some glue on there. Work that in. Now the little cracks I'm not worried about, those give it character. More the bigger ones that I want to make sure are covered up and filled in. Gives it a little more on the strength side too. And I'm just kind of working it into the glue, into the crack. And this will get sanded again when it's dry. Now, here we go. Perfect, almost. More of this in here. Now this can be done with your super glue or CA glue as well. I personally prefer to use the wood glue because I think it gives you a better bond, it looks better. That's a personal preference. There we go. Put this over. I got one back here. And again, because it comes to the back, I'm just going to throw a piece of tape there. There we go. Some glue on there. In there. So a little extra, I'll hit the little end of the crack there. And sawdust. There we go. Really just kind of working it in there. There we go. Okay, now, I'm going to let these dry. I am going to make a run to the store and get me some finish for it. And, yeah, then we'll come back and that's going to take a little while to dry, but we'll come back and get some more work done on it. So we'll see you on the next one. Okay guys, so I finished the sanding off camera because I figured I bored you enough with the sanding montages. And I've got it hung up with a piece of string here, which, as you can see, causes it to slightly rotate. The string is twisted. And not in a good way. Not in a bad way either, but. So we are going to be giving this, and again, stuff I purchased. There's no sponsorships here. I know my face is not on camera. I'm using the Minwax fast drying polyurethane. I'm going to do a few coats of this, so I'll let you see at least one of them. Now the nice thing about these, they do have that little directional nozzle on there that you can use to change how you're spraying. No idea where it's set right now because I just opened it. But let's see what we can do. So, after the sanding, I did use compressed air to blast all the sawdust off this, make it nice and clean. Here we go. Oop. Put back here. I just want to make sure I have nice, light, even coating. I'm not as concerned about the inside, but I'm still going to get it because it'll protect. Nice thing about going around is I can see all the spots and make sure I cut everything. And I know somebody's going to want to tell me how I'm doing this wrong. That's okay. You are allowed to do that. I will actually look at the comments to see what people have to say. There we go. Now, that was just a few spots down the slot I made for my vape, because I want to make sure that that is actually kind of protected. Ooh. Yeah, I just kind of blasted that whole little section in there. I know, somebody's going to tell me what I'm doing wrong. It's okay. I understand that. Doing the best I can with what I got to work with. This stuff does dry quickly. Dang. Okay, come on. Now you can spin a little bit. Okay, I'm going to leave this for probably another half hour or so, maybe a little bit longer. Let her dry up, do another coat. We'll be back then. Okay guys, obviously new day, new shirt. The console is protected. I have 8 coats of polyurethane on here. So now we're going to get down to putting it together. So I'm going to adjust this camera down so y'all can see what I'm doing, and we're going to get to it. We're still okay. Is this going to sell for large amounts of money? No. I'm okay with that. That's not the point to it. Now, I got a couple of things I want to put on. One of them being cup holder. That looks like it's going to work well. I also have to install the switch. This will not be hooked up right away. This is for future projects, but I figure it's worth getting done. So let me start with prepping my bolts here. And the reason for the switch is, I know me, I'm going to put stuff in there for fun, for whatever, and I would rather wire it in properly than do some of the jank wiring jobs I used to do when I was younger. Perfect. This is a nice tight fit the way I wanted it. There we are. Now let's hope. Of course they're not short enough. So I am going to have to find other bolts for this. No big deal. We'll come back to that. Now the other thing I wanted to add is that's going to be too big, isn't it? Yes, it is. Well, it was a thought while it lasted. Actually, it might just work. I wanted to put something in here that would hold change and miscellaneous crap I tend to pick up along the way. This is an empty yogurt container, single-serve yogurt container. So with a hole saw, I can pop a hole in here, drop this right in. If I need to, I can pull it out. If it gets nasty, disgusting, or pull it out, wait till somebody eats some yogurt and get a fresh one. But I'm also putting a cup holder on here, because that's one thing it's missing. So I'm going to start by figuring out exactly where I'm going to want this to hang. Let's see, is that... Yep. There we go. I press the screws into it. and it didn't do damn thing. So let me do this one more time. And this is just an inexpensive cup holder I picked up at Walmart. Much as I hate the place, I was there checking out for something else. Okay, now some of you are wondering why are you doing that. Make my marks here so I know where to pre-drill. Here, here, and here. That was really effective. Urethane's good stuff. So here, here, and here. Okay, I'm going to grab a drill bit and we're going to pre-drill these holes. Be right back. Okay, so I have a very small drill bit on here. The point to pre-drilling these holes is so the screws going in does not split the wood. Okay, so we have our holes drilled. I'll take my drill bit, put it away, be right back. Okay, now I have my holes pre-drilled. Just going to line up my screws with those holes. Beautiful. And probably get a better bit for this. Let me see if I can find a square bit here. Those look more like squares. Okay, so after a quick bit change, forgot to press record, got these all screwed in, and we now have a cup holder. Life is good. So next up, we're going to have to figure out the best way to install our little miscellaneous crap holder. And find some more, or find some better bolts for our switch. Give me a minute, I'm going to get the hole drills out and we'll see what we can do. Okay, got my center point marked here. Get the center of the bit in there. I'm going to go forward just a touch here. And now we're going to gently saw. Oop. Battery change. God, love that. Okay, here we go. There. And twist it around so it's facing the correct direction. Words of warning when it comes to a hole saw. Be careful because it can grab and whip around as you saw. And get back to the center. There we go. Just like that. Perfect. Well, not perfect, but close enough. Let me go blow the sawdust off of this real quick. There we go. So I got one little hanger-on piece here. Oh, there we go. So I knew that was not going to get me all the way where I wanted to be, but it got me close enough. So what I can do is I can take this over to the drum sander, which I fortunately have access to here, or spindle sander if you will, and I will get this enlarged a little bit. I don't really have a place to set up the camera over there, so bear with me on that. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. We got the hole done, and we have our yogurt cup in here. I did swap out yogurt cups because I wanted to work with what I had for reasons we're not getting into here. So, boom, yogurt cups are in there. So, we're going to move on to finding shorter bolts to fit our switch. Give me just a minute, we'll be right back. Okay, we've got some shorter bolts here that I have tested and verified do actually fit. Helps if I take them out. Okay. Now, one of the advantages to this particular setup, I don't have, originally I planned on having a piece across the front underneath, but that was not to be an option. Oh, and these are too short. Welcome to the wonderful world. Okay. So we're going to try this again. Give me just a moment. Okay guys, so I could not find bolts I needed in the size I needed, so I grabbed these two from earlier that were too long, and with a hacksaw and a little bit of sanding, got them cut down to size. So that should do exactly what I need. Let's get this bad boy ready to go in. Now I need lock washer, regular washer, and I'm putting a plastic washer on here. Why? Why not? There we go. Okay, my other one. I can find where my lock washer went to. Okay, there we go. Good. They say crap. Oh, never mind, we're good. Okay. Now for the other side. This is the hard part. The other, the first side I could see what I was doing. This side a little bit tougher. Let me spin this around away from the camera. Get down here a little bit, see what I can see. Okay. Need more light. And that's where flashlight on the phone comes in handy. Okay, that's better. Now I can actually get a better idea of what I'm doing here. There we go. Okay, these are not tightened yet. Dust off my phone. But we have it there. Let me find a pair of pliers. We'll tighten those down real quick. Now these do have a hex option in the end, but I can't find it. I know I can't find a hex driver here while I'm looking, so I'm just going to go old school and use pliers because they work. There we go, that one's in. So I go the proper way. That is all the way in as well. Now, as I said before, these aren't getting hooked up right away. That's going to be an upcoming project. But this is pretty much ready to go in the truck now. So probably next shot you're going to see is me putting it in the truck and getting it set in there. See you there. Okay guys, we're a little hit and miss on the rain today, so bear with me. I'm going to try and get this done quickly. I get all the rest of the stuff out of the way here. Yes, there's been more additions in the meantime, but we'll get into those at a later point. So let me get some stuff out of the way. Pencil. Okay. Now comes the fun part. Shoving it in. Okay, because I know this went in before. I test fit it and it was good. And I'm trying to do it quickly because it's hit or miss on the rain today. There we go. Take advantage of that flexibility of the plastic. And slide it right in there. Bam. Okay. Now, I did not bring my vape with me, so I can't test that. I will be doing the hookups for the power supply at a later point. For the time being, I'm just kind of leaving the whole socket thing here for now. That's going to work well. But, hey, wait a second. I got a place for my water bottle. That works. Got a place for my vape, which I don't have on me right now, but that works. And like I said, I'm trying to do this quickly because it's going back and forth between rain and not rain today, so keeps it interesting. I think that's lost its stickiness, but that's okay. Let me pull that out of there, pull the pen out of there. For the time being, that can sit in there. And that should be, yep. And there we go. I got everything I need for right now. I got a place to throw change and stuff. I got bottle holder or water or a cup holder for my water bottle. And I got switches which I can use in the future and a place to throw my vape. Yeah, you know what? That works. I call that a success. Okay, we're going to wrap up here, and I will see you all back on the other side when we wrap this up. Okay, guys, Editing Cool Dad back again. This is the end of this series. Next week we'll start, well, either start a new series or we'll just be a whole new video. Either way, it'll be a whole new video. Whether or not it's a series, we'll see about that. But I wanted to wrap this up by saying this has been probably one of the best additions I've made to the truck. I want to do a quick video. Actually, next week's video might even be just a quick tour around what I've done and what's where and things like that, and how it's working out. Um, it's one of those things where I never expected this to be a multi-part video until I uploaded it or loaded it all on the computer here and realized just how much footage I had. I went, damn, that's a lot of footage. And that's even that was not everything because there's a lot of stuff I did off camera. But I want to tell you something is real quick is that this was a really neat project because I was able to take something that was headed for the trash pallet and use that trash and give it worth to create something fantastic that I use on a daily basis. Every day I get in that truck, I put my water bottle in the cup holder, my vape goes in the little slot for that. I got my change cup there. The switch, actually, I've got a couple things hooked up to it, and we'll probably get into that in the next video. A little bit crazy lately because of new jobs, so I do intend to keep getting you guys a video every Saturday, maybe later some Saturdays than others because as I say this, it's noon on Saturday and I'm still trying to get it done. But it's still going to happen. I'm just adjusting my time management skills. So keep an eye out. We're going to do more projects where we upcycle, recycle, reuse, make new stuff out of old stuff, and have a good time with it. So until then, remember, be kind to one another. Much love to y'all, and I'll catch you guys on the next.